you've mentioned your commitment to all natural ingredients, which
Mhm.
again, I love that. Can you elaborate on the importance of this for you and how it impacts your final product? Like for me, I am more into the whole foods
Mhm.
and want to make sure that, I'm not getting the dye and all that other crap that they have out
Right.
there. And I've run into some health issues and stuff too. So it's important for me to, like, we read ingredients and it's like,
Yes.
okay, forget that. And then if it's something we can make from scratch at home, then I'll do that as opposed to like packaged stuff. So this, I love that this is something that's very important to you. We do use organic stuff at our house, but
Mhm.
also if you can touch a little bit. So I am trying to do less sugar because I am
Mhm.
a total dessert person, stressy, that's it. From a kid, like my mom, instead of going, when you had a bad day, instead of, oh, let's go for a walk or something, you know what she would do? She'd take out the bag of peanut M&Ms and we'll lay on the couch and watch a movie or whatever and eat that. So that's a problem. I mean,
Yes.
I don't eat that kind of candy anymore because of all the, junk in there. So I try more natural stuff. But we also, when we make stuff, we try and decrease the sugar in it if we can't go without. But what's interesting is sometimes I don't understand why, especially if it's fruit and it's a sweet fruit. If, you can get strawberries that are sweet
Right.
and you can get them that are more bitter. And if you
Yes.
get the sweet batch, why would you add sugar to it? So, can you touch on that a little bit too?
Yes.
Or did I throw too much at you?
No, you didn't. It's actually a very good question because I do have people ask if I do a sugar-free version. It's actually more difficult to produce an ice cream product without sugar than people realize. You would think dairy would be the big kicker. It's not. The vegan substitutes are very good, but the sugar actually contributes to the texture.
Oh,
So, yes, your tart fruit, you definitely have to have sugar in there because nobody's going to eat straight up lemon sherbet with no
okay.
sugar.
Right,
Well, maybe five people will,
right.
but most of us are going to avoid that one. But you would think, yes, for strawberries that taste like candy when you're eating them raw, why can't you just? The sugar content is what helps during the freezing process to give it the creamy texture. It's not the milk product. I mean, that does contribute a little bit, but the overwhelming contributor is the sugar.
Wow.
So for frozen treats, even sorbet, which is dairy free and comes that way, um, it has sugar. Uh, they're coming up with better alternate sugars, but it's finding one that you can use a reasonable quantity of, not have an aftertaste. I have a very sensitive palate, and so I get aftertastes from sugar substitutes for the most part. Um, so finding one that doesn't have that, that can be used in a reasonable quantity to produce the correct texture, it's more difficult than people wonder. But by the same token, I make sure that every ingredient in mine you can identify, you can pronounce. Chances are you have a handful of them in your pantry.
Yep.
And, if it says lemon juice, you know what lemon juice is. If it says water, you know what water is. And that type of thing. I don't see the need for the food coloring. Some of the fruit have brilliant color all
Right,
on their own. The berries, especially, come out very colorful. Um, the citrus, not so much.
right, right.
Those are a lot closer to a white color, but even the orange will have a very faint, like pastel orange color to it. And it's quite lovely in its natural form. So why add food coloring if you don't have to?
Right.
And the one thing everybody does have to be aware of You do need to go home after you buy it if you're taking it home, because there are no stabilizers in it, which is a whole different set of chemicals. So
Right.
it will melt more quickly than your store-bought ice cream.
Oh, okay.
Those have it's like preservatives. It helps keep it frozen longer, and I choose not to.
Right.
Um, Again, it's not necessary if you're taking this home or you have an electric cooler in your car, which some people do have now. You can keep it frozen and then it's not a problem.
Would it stay frozen if you had some ice packs, or does it
Mhm.
have to be something a little bit more?
No, ice packs will do the trick. I've had folks come prepared
Right.
with their bag and their ice packs, and they make it home okay. Um, Before I invested in electric coolers myself, I used dry ice. I had some folks drive all the way to Denver and with just a chunk of dry ice with their 2 pints, and it made it all the way to Denver to their refrigerator and
Right.
stayed frozen. So, I mean, as long as there's some kind of cooling agent
Okay.
involved, you should make it home in one piece. And if you live in Denver and you come down, you can always go to the grocery store and grab some dry
Right.
ice.
Right. Yeah, we do that too at times when we need to because we live a little bit further out. So, well, it depends on if it's midsummer and it's
Yes,
hot, if we need that
yes,
or not. So it depends on that.
exactly.
Great.